Right, Collin Palmer, what is going on?
Not too much, man. Just right back in the scene.
Right, hard to concentrate here with these Bill Farrell finals going on.
My boy J.O. just took one down.
Nice.
Guy's a monster.
He's pretty good.
He's been around the world.
There we go. So, 5 kids you brought down. Five are gonna place.
Yep. We a lot of my guys just finishing up football the past couple weeks, so we brought down the ones that have been training for a little bit, and overall pretty good success. So it's always a great tournament to come to. We've known Jack Roller since I was about 7 years old, so it's always nice running into old friends.
Yeah, well, that happens all the time in wrestling, man. Small community,
small world.
So what did you say? These kids just got done with football. This is kind of a meat grinder for a youth tournament.
Oh yeah.
Did you just said hop on, or did you say maybe think twice about it, or what?
Yeah, we really didn't have many expectations for them. You know, they've been on maybe 2 to 4 practices, the majority of them, and you know, it is what it is. Obviously, you're not going to have your cardio or your timing or your speed or anything like that, but they wanted to jump in the car and check it out, and next thing you know, one of them's in the finals, and you know, all 5 are placing, so that's what we like to see.
Nice. Compare what do you see out of this tournament today that might be the same or different than when you first started being at the Tulsa events?
Honestly, well, obviously they added the girls, so that's different from when I was competing. But other than that, this is the same exact. You know, it's ran perfectly, everything's smooth, and I mean, it's just a great event. You know what I mean? I love bringing my crew down here just so they can experience, you know, what's out there. You know, a lot of these guys are staying around their own state and all that good stuff, and you really don't get to experience what's actually out there, and you know, this opens up the doors for them.
What do you think is like? Would you let any wrestler wants to come down here, or you pick and choose? Would you like throw them in the fire, I guess, or?
I mean, as long as they're placing at the state tournament in Ohio, I would bring them down. Other than that, I would probably hold off until they're, you know, build up a little bit.
Yeah. How's the club coming along?
It's going really well. We started a biddy club this year, so we're using that. That's new as of this year, so we're building that up to try to, you know, funnel some kids into my elite program. In the past years, we just did like, you know, older grade school and junior high, and I started coaching at the high school level, and with that, we're just trying to build the funnel all the way, you know, every level. So we're excited, man. Club's rocking, and got some hammers.
Tell me, so how did the high school thing come about?
Long story short, there was a changing of the guards with the head coaching, and you know, they asked me to take over and rebuild their program, so that's where we're at.
So fairly young team, or like where are they at right now?
Basically the team was ran down to about 5 or 6 kids as of last year, so basically we're, you know, trying to recruit the best kids we can, and you know, build the system. Like I said, starting with the biddy might take quite a few years, but you know what, once the system's rolling, it kind of works itself. So, you know, we were up at St. Ed's and West Shore Wrestling Club that Guy Seiko had always ran. You know, perfect example of how that feeder just flows straight into the high school. So trying to do the same thing.
Yeah, that worked pretty well for St. Ed's.
I think they're doing all right. They've won a couple state titles here and there.
Yeah. So you guys you got some tough tournaments though, right?
We got a hell of a schedule coming up, man. We got obviously we got VAC for our younger guys. We got Ironman coming up, and then December's just swamped with all kinds of dual meets and everything else. Defense soap duels at Cleveland coming up. So we're excited. We got a lot on our plate.
Gotcha. All right, you know, back to this event a little bit. When I come here, I see experienced coaches, not experienced coaches, loud coaches, encouraging coaches. What do you think? Is it per individual, or is it what's your style in the corner?
It depends. As you can tell, I lost my voice, but it depends on who I'm coaching. Yeah, so per individual, it could be different. Like some of my guys react real quick to what I'm saying and what I'm coaching in the corner, and other guys you gotta lose your voice over. So it's usually the younger guys that you're losing your voice over. You know, you travel this far, they don't really understand the expectations yet. They don't understand trust the coach, you know what I mean? Trust the coaching in the corner. And the older guys have that system down, so it's pretty smooth sailing with them.
Is it ever like you're in a match and maybe it's getting intense and maybe you have to adjust the way that you're coaching in the corner based off like the emotions of the wrestler?
I mean, there's usually going into the match, I know which kid, how they react and all that good stuff just from previous events or practice or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, obviously in a match, if I'm overhyped and a kid's like breaking a little bit, that might break them even worse. So sometimes we got to, you know, smoothen it out and meet on a common ground before we're both on the same page.
Gotcha. What are you doing to continue to grow as a wrestling coach?
That's a secret. Can't tell you that one.
It's a secret?
No, I'm just kidding.
To kill you.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Honestly, I watch a ton of wrestling.
Yeah.
I'm watching obviously all my buddies.
Yeah.
You know,
Dolphin Martinez going on
right? Yeah, J.O. and you know all these guys are just almost reinventing the wheel with some of the techniques and all the stuff like that they're showing in some of these higher level matches. Another thing with me traveling, doing all these camps, perfect example, I was down at Lake Highland Prep, and a buddy of mine, Connor Beebe, you know, I'm really good in the top position, and then he was showing some top shot defense. And I was just picking up these little things from him, and it's just cool when you can bounce ideas back and forth off one another and, you know, help grow everybody. So little things like that are crucial.
What's like your perception of wrestling now compared to when you were in the thick of it competing?
What I notice is there's a lot of kids who are, I don't know how to word this the proper way, but just the intensity and the aggression and all that is way different now.
Yeah.
The kids who have the intensity, the aggression, and the technique are the kids who are really thriving. The kids who are trying to be super technical and everything like that without aggression, it seems like they're not reaching that level of greatness. Some of them are, don't get me wrong. I'm not, you know, pointing any fingers or anything like that, but that's just what I've kind of noticed, you know, and it's good when you take like that Midwest style and mix it with like the West, you know, like the Cali and the Washington, and you kind of combine those two. Kind of makes you all around wrestler pretty well.
Yeah. You enjoying?
I love it, man. We live for this. Every single day we live, breathe, eat wrestling.
Yeah. How's your brother and your old man?
They're doing well. My dad just started a painting company, Wayne the Painting, and Lance is fighting December 31st in Professional Fight League again for another $1 million. So he's doing really well, man. He's training with Frankie Edgar out there in New Jersey and Marlon Moraes, and he's enjoying himself, man. He's living the dream.
Gotcha. Where can people find some information about your club and your camps you got coming up?
cpwrestling.net. We got, usually we do about a camp a month throughout the season, so check it out, hit us up.
Nice. You're the man, Collin. I appreciate what you do. You got anything else you want to share?
Go Bucks.